Hello? Hello, hello, is anybody out there? Shit, I haven't even opened my fucking Twitch app yet. Oh my goodness, I'm so unprepared. I'm gone for a week and suddenly I forget and I completely forget how Twitch works. I love that for me. Hello, everybody. Hello, Charizard and Sunny and Hamburger and Corn and Quality. Hello, everybody. It's me, back with a new username, but still playing Ace Attorney. Same old games, same old idiot. Speaking of which, why hasn't the game opened yet? The real question here. How is everybody today? Let's get this up. Where is my model? There she is. There they are. I keep misgendering myself. Whoops. Hello. How's it going? I just realized my chat box might not work. Let me... Fuck. I forgot that my chat boxes don't work anymore because I've changed my username. Oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. Oh. Does that mean my stream alerts won't work either? Shit. I'm an idiot. Okay, give me a second. Oh no, I made a grand mistake. Thank you, Ghosty, for the resub! 6 months, half a year, holy hell. Thank you so much. I will play the game shortly, but I've realized that none of my alert boxes or chat boxes are going to work because I changed my username and decided and didn't think to look at if I needed to change the stuff on my stream elements. So let me just do this real quick. How is everybody going? How is my chat? How was everyone during my week off? Anything fun? Anything interesting? Oh god, okay. Let's see. What am I doing? Okay, streaming tools? Overlays, gallery. No, my overlays. I think this is my overlays. Oh my goodness, I have no brain. Take your time, we can wait for you. Your chat is fine. Is it? No, it's not fine. I have a chat box that usually shows up on the left-hand side when I'm talking, like in this scene, and it's not coming up. So that's what I meant. The chat on stream. Yeah, this chat is fine. There's nothing wrong with the chat, but chat boxes aren't working because I have no brain. But hello, kits. How are you? Take your time. Thank you, Corey. Thank you. Coffee. That's it. That your name is Coffee. I remembered that. Right. Small chat box. Edit. Whoops. Chat. Settings. Does it? Oh? Oh! Hello? Kids, thank you for following! Wait, so my stream... Huh? So my stream elements does work. Does my chat work now? No, why does my large chat box not work? Yeah, the alerts are alive. Where's my chat box? Oh my goodness! Tonka, thank you for the resub! 6 months. Oh my goodness. I think that means you have a new whatchamacallit? I think you have a new sub badge. I think 6 months means a different sub badge. So that's cool. Alright, let's see. Let's go. Yeah, leave. So it seems the small alright. I'll open the game. Just multitasking, gonna do everything at once. Because I want to check something. Alright. PC game. No, my small chat box doesn't work either. Chat box is taking a nap. They are. I sadly can't get the sub badges since I have that first badge. Oh, that's true. That's true. You can't get you don't have the cool sub badges. But you do have cool sub badges, because you're one of my first subs, and that's really cool. Do you think every Street Fighter after 2 is absolute doo-doo butter too? I have never played a single Street Fighter game, so you know what? Unfortunately, kids, I could not tell you. Alright, let's get this big one up. Large chat box. Why are you... What's the problem, large chat box? Text settings. Normal settings. Theme. No, I like that. Save it. Copy overlay URL. Come on, why is it not? Why do you not like me? Let's... Okay. Let's see if this works again. Nope. Alright. Come on. The chat boxes work fine here. The chat boxes work fine on stream elements, but not here. But not on stream itself. That's annoying. Zephyrberry, hello Dano! How are you today? I'm trying to figure out why my chat boxes aren't working. Because for some reason, they don't want to work with me. They work in stream elements, but not on OBS. Since you're playing Ace Attorney, have you considered or played Danganronpa? I have not played, nor have I really considered it. But like, I may consider it. I know that there's just like a lot. Like there's a lot of games and there's a lot of content, and also the themes are a little dark, as well as I can remember. Where no, toggle visibility off. It shouldn't be off. Is that because no, large chat box isn't below the background. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Also, I realized my stream elements alerts is on the layer below my PNG tuber model. That needs to change. That should be better. Okay. Alright. You know what? Screw it. If it's not gonna work today, it's not gonna work today. But why doesn't it work today? There is a lot? I thought so. I thought there was a lot. Because, like, I'm sure there's, like, an anime, and there's games, and I'm pretty sure there's, like, comics as well, from what I remember hearing about it. Wish I could help, but I'm only good with computer hardware-related issues. That's okay. I'll probably have to end up making a new chat box. I blame Twitch. I'll always blame Twitch. Why are you not nice to me? Enter a username. No, that doesn't. Alright, you know what? Okay. We just turn off chat box today. Actually, no, let's see. I'll try and save and then copy overlay URL and try and put it in here. Thank you for the emotes, Tonka. Those are adorable. The moving one is so sweet. Alright. Alright, chatbox is not a friend. Chatbox is a fiend. We'll turn that off. And we'll turn off the color source as well. We're just going normal today. It shows up on stream elements, but whatever. I'm glad people are doing good. Perhaps you have a favorite Pokemon? I have so many favorite Pokemon. It is not funny. My favorite Pokemon. My ultimate favorite Pokemon is definitely Weasel. But I also like Turtwig. I like Quilava. I like Drifloon. I like Pachirisu. I like Furret. And I like Skorupi. There's like a lot of others that I'm a fan of, but my absolute favorite is definitely Weasel. Chatbox is on trial for not showing up today. Exactly. Chatbox, you are guilty of the crime of technical malfunction. Big Gen 4 bias? Yeah. Massive Gen 4 bias. It was the one I was gonna say born into. It was my first, Gen 4 was my first gen of like watching the show and playing the games. And I don't know. I love the Gen 4 Pokemon a lot. Absolutely. Lucario's also good. And Krogunk. And Gardevoir. I forgot Gardevoir. I love Gardevoir and Curlier. Absolutely great evolution line, honestly. Oh, okay. Let's see now. Let's get started. So, on the last episode we played of this game, a samurai died, and that's all I remember. A samurai died, an actor for a samurai show died, and the suspect that we're defending is the actor of a rival samurai show? I think. And I think the secretary or the assistant of our defendant is the one that we're going to try and say is the murderer. I think. And Pichu gang, I love Pichu. Pichu is so good. I have my friend's grandma, when I was in 5th grade, my friend's grandma, knitted and stuffed, a Pichu plushie for me. And a couple of my friends. I still have it somewhere. It's so good. Sableye and Oshawott. Both of those, good choices. Oshawott, especially good choice. Oshawott is adorable. Oshawott is definitely my Gen 5 pick of the starters. For sure. I felt old when you said born into Gen 4. Yeah, I'm not that young. I'm no baby. I'm 23. I'm no baby. Alrighty. Let's jump into it. I feel mighty young. I was born into Gen 5. That is young. Unless you mean you started with Gen 5, in which, that's not that young. It feels young. Because it's I think anyone born in the 90s is what the fuck? There are adults born in 2000. At work, I can give people... I work at a grocery store, and there's I can serve people cigarettes. And this person asked for cigarettes, and I was like, can I have your ID, please? Because, she looked young. And she showed me. And she was born March 2004. She is only a month into being legally allowed to buy cigarettes. And I was like, what the fuck? It felt illegal, but it wasn't. Pearl Faye is my favorite. So true. Pearl is the best Pokemon. She would be psychic. She would be Psychic Fairy. For sure. Alrighty. March 22, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Alrighty. 9-year-old era? No! I'm not 9, please! Fuck. I forget the voices I use. I think I made this guy a surfer dude kind of voice, just Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way! That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Everyone born in the 2000s are not old enough to be adults. Exactly. So true, Tonka. You're so right. They are babies. Oh. It's Pearl Mia! Which always, I feel so conflicted about this. I feel like a woman who, reveals her bust that much should not be allowed to possess an 8-year-old girl. It feels wrong. It feels wrong. Anyway, Mia. We must get a complete acquittal today. I know, but I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Wait, what's Maya's situation? Or Pearl's either. What's Maya's situation? What's Maya's situation? Oh yeah, Maya's kidnapped! Oh, okay. I forgot. We need a complete acquittal and also Maya was kidnapped. I completely forgot that part. Alright. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. It's him! This is right. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. Wait! This guy speaks in fucking riddles. If you're 23, doesn't that mean you were born in 1999? I was born in 1999. I like to pretend I'm old. Most people that know me call me a grandpa since my body acts like one. I have a friend like that. My best friend in real life. They are very much, like, they've got all sorts of ailments and they like to call themselves a grandpa. Or relate themselves to, like, Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle when she's old. I was born in 94? That's not old. Born in 94 isn't old. I don't really believe people to be possibly in the old category until they're maybe born in the 60s. Or 50s. I don't think you're old, Tonka. Why is Phoenix talking to a radio? Phoenix is talking to a radio because we're talking to the person who kidnapped Maya and the person who is holding Maya for ransom currently. And I think it's a butler, from what I remember. But we don't know that. Phoenix doesn't know that, but we as the audience know that it's the butler. Anyway, let's continue. The kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer Dude? Who was that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Good one. We getting close to 30? I mean, hell yeah. 30's, I mean, I don't think 30's a bad age. I certainly don't consider it old. It's just an age. Anyway, turns out Phoenix Wright is Pinocchio. So the court case begins. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. Huh? Where's Von Karma? I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Ms. Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor! Oh, sorry, bailiff. Your Honor! Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Ms. Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman! What the fuck? Excuse me? What do you... Okay. Okay, what the fuck happened here? But okay. My back and some joints are frail to me. Yeah, after a work shift, I will barely be able to stand up afterwards because my back will be just so sore. It can really suck. I feel like I'm getting better, but it still hurts. My daughter shot on the streets of Miami. Is this Miami? What? Shot? Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. No! I didn't even think to make that connection. The man was like, I have a present for you. Shoots the prosecutor. That's fucked. That's so fucked. As a wise man said, age is just a number. In a lot of cases, you're right. Age is just a number. Like, you don't have to be restricted to being something or doing something just because of your age. Except for maybe, you know, alcohol and drinking and sex and large age gap relationships. But other than those things, oh, and driving and getting a job. But other than that, his present. Ms. Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. This is totally insane. Ms. Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Phew. Ah! You're... I thought he'd show up. Edgeworth! Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Ms. Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. Oh, fuck yeah! Fuck yeah, baby! We go up against Edgeworth again! And he's got a music theme now? He's got music now. Edgeworth has got his own song. The prosecution is ready. Naturally. If you're the prosecution, why are you not standing on the prosecutor's side? Why are you standing on the witness stand, my guy? I need to know. There he is! Ms. Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Interesting. Oh! Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Hi, Gumshoe! Looking sad as ever. Why doesn't Edgeworth just throw if he knows the defendant's innocent? He might! He might just throw! We don't know whether he's gonna throw or not. You might actually be predicting that, Con. Witness, your name and occupation. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe? The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Edgeworth just said, you're depressed? Have you tried just not being sad? Have you tried being happy? Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Show me in battle how you have finally found yourself. Depression is an inconvenience, just ignore it. Exactly. Just be happy. If you have depression, have you tried smiling? Have you tried, laughing? I don't know, I feel like it could just be as simple as, I don't know, just smiling. Go outside. Eat Like, eat something. And feel better. Miles, pull yourself by your bootstraps, Edgeworth. I love that. Alright. I was cold, so I'm putting on dressing gown. Alright. We good, let's go. Testimony. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corridor, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Touch grass. Exactly. Like, are you sad? Are you depressed? Touch grass. And touch some grass. Stop and smell the roses, and maybe you will feel better. You know? After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room? Yes, sir. Both the victim and defendant were alone in their rooms, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Oh, let me take a drink before I do that. I'm not sure what I'm going to cross-examine here. I need to re-familiarize myself with the evidence. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony. Okay, let's just check. Alright. We have the photo of the Nickel Samurai. Okay. We have the photo of the Nickel Samurai. We have a press conference ticket. Seems like the Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show. We have the radio transceiver about Maya's kidnapping. We have Lotta's stolen camera. We have an article from the tabloid Gossipland. A superstar in an ultra-hot mega-secret love scandal. Reliable sources say that Juan Corridor has been getting in close with the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Ms. A.A. We have a map of the Gatewater Hotel. We have the guitar case. There is some water, but only on top of the lid. We have a wine glass filled with tomato juice, not drank at all. We have the crime scene photo. We have the suicide report of Celeste in Pax, found by Juan Corridor, with her suicide note possibly hidden. And then we have Adrian Andrews' attempted suicide report because of the shock from Celeste's suicide. And then we have the profiles Maya, Pearl, Gumshoe, Von Karma, Edgeworth, Will Pat. How is this man younger than this man? This man looks 40. Then we have Lotta Hart. We have Juan Corridor, the victim, who played the Jammin' Ninja. Then we have Matt on guard. How is he the same age as this guy? This guy also looks 40. This is the Nickel Samurai, who we're defending. Then we have the security lady, aka Old Bag. Then we have Adrian Andrews, who was On Guard's manager, who we proved to possibly be in a relationship with Juan Corridor, but also tried to commit suicide, attempted suicide, when her mentor and Corridor's manager committed suicide 2 years ago. Celeste in Pax. Alright. It's all coming back to me now. Slowly, kind of. Let's press. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m, and then there was a short break. The special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. And that's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, detective. But yeah, my words. This game is published by the same people who approved of Monster Hunter on 3DS? That's an interesting tidbit of information. I've never played Monster Hunter, but maybe I will one day. The The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about? She's the defendant, Matt on Guard's manager. She's a really pretty lady, sir. Ah, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence. When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. On Guard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. I see, and that's when she found the victim's body? The cause of death? Wasn't that because Mr. Corridor was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here, to this bandana. Banana. His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana. Huh? Judge can't get bananas off his mind. Then, what about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. We have a crafty murder on our hands here. Okay, and we've got the autopsy now. Strangled with a scarf, stabbed with a knife. Okay. And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but... But? The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? I see. Ah, so much for my theory then. I mean... They could have just worn gloves. The idea that there was no fingerprints other than this person's just completely discounts the idea that, gloves exist. And people could be using them. But, you know, whatever. Let's just, maybe in this universe there's no such thing as gloves. That's canon now. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corridor, had apparently originally taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel? Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on Guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, sir. Need me a drink. Alright, we good. Matt on Guard and Juan Corridor were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Mr. On Guard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. Oh god, that's not good. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. In the grip, Gatewater is engraved. I feel like that's gonna mean something. And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And is this button also covered in blood? Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What? Shit. The button covered in coroner's blood found in On Guard's Hakama. That's pretty damning. Whew. All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you'd like, just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Kohi! Thank you for the gifted sub that for some reason will not turn up on Stream Elements. What the fuck is wrong with my Stream Elements today? Oh. Why did that do something? But thank you for continuing the gift sub. I don't know what's wrong with my Stream Elements alerts. Nah. Things just don't want to be nice today, huh? Things just don't want to be nice to me. That's alright. That's alright. We move. But in terms of popularity, Mr. On Guard won, did he not? Yeah. But you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Corridor was always one step behind Mr. On Guard in everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown. But Mr. Corridor lost the Grand Prix in the end. That is too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing. Woo! Yes! Big woo! Wait just 1 second here. Mr. On Guard was beating Mr. Corridor in the popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill him at all. Quite true. Yes, I quite agree. Well, detective? It's not... Well, I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive. Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired. Huh? No, not you too, Miss Edgeworth, sir, that's... I look forward to your pension negotiations. No! Now, detective, let's continue with the testimony. I feel like him freaking out is justified considering he's getting fired, but you know what, let's be completely unempathetic to him, Judge. My Twitch was freaking out for a bit, but no problem, you have tech issues today? I don't know what they are. I don't know what these tech issues are. I don't know why this is happening. But it's happening. For some reason. I don't understand. But thank you so much for gifting a sub. That was very sweet of you. Alright. We move. We continue. No. Not my poor pension too. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed. Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir. What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? Do you have any proof that the button belonged to the victim? Huh? What do you mean, pal? Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off of the Jammin' Ninja's costume. Huh? But can't you tell just by looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it. Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward. But, Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir! Alright, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in. Thread. Huh? The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match. Yeah, that's it! They're a perfect match, pal!
Ugh. That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. When was this button found?
Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Corridor. And then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button. So it was almost immediately after the murder.
The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people. Hey, what are you trying to say about me here?
Edgeworth, what's happening in court right now? A thread! Oh my goodness, Edgeworth live tweeting his prosecution. How are the fingerprints arranged on the knife? Huh? What do you mean, pal?
By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand?
Oh, is that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that.
I can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There is no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder.
So was the defendant the owner of this knife then?
There is no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife.
Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either.
Ugh, well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder, we're done for. Phoenix.
Yes?
There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late. A button covered in the victim's blood, and a knife with on-guard's fingerprints. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. We're still in a world of trouble. Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So let's find the weakness in his testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? What's... The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. I feel like this is where we have to present something. Okay. A map of the Gatewater Hotel around the crime scene. I feel like we present... I'm not sure. Let's go back. And let's save before I do something dumb as fuck. Alright. I'm gonna present the knife. Possibly. There we go. Wait a second.
What?
So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand?
That's right, pal. The defendant
did not buy this knife.
Huh?
Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yes! I'm a genius! Oh, I knew it. Something about it saying Gatewater on the handle meant something, and I was right.
Huh? It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle. Gatewater? I think I've heard that name somewhere before.
That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel.
Uh-oh.
The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated.
Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this.
But I didn't know... Oh. Poor Gumshoe's having a hard time.
The question is, Where did this knife come from?
Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corridor's room.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table.
There is a knife and a fork on the table. Then, where in the world did this knife come from?
If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. Especially what was on top of his table. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt on guard's knife was missing.
Ugh.
Mr. On Guard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
Edgeworth's nose is huge. I swear it wasn't this big in the DS graphics. I don't think anything was as big in the DS graphics, because DS graphics are just, in themselves, smaller. Because the screen is smaller, if that makes sense. Sorry, I yawned. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
It seems like Edgeworth had this planned from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of Your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Evidence not yet shown? He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? I don't know what the defense has to say, but I am gonna save. I know what the defense is going to do, and that is save the game.
Well, Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
I don't know. I have two options.
I have two options here, I think. That is, first of all, the autopsy report. Because the cause was strangled with a scarf, right? So, the knife was driven into him after he died. So what's the... I don't understand. That makes no sense to me. The second one is, if this was done between the presentation and the other thingo. What's the other thingo? What's the other thingo? The press conference. He's still dressed up in his ninja costume, right? Wouldn't he also be dressed up in his ninja costume? And if so, why would his fingerprints be on the knife if he was still dressed up in his ninja costume? Because one of his hands is robot and one of his hands is covered in a glove. This is what I'm thinking is the thing here. I'll go no, not right now, and see how that continues. This has to be another trap. Better if I don't say anything than risk throwing out a bad piece of evidence. Looks like the defense isn't saying a peep on this one.
Which means this court is adjourned. Phoenix, we will lose this case if you give up here. So you had better show the judge something, quick! Slow down, we all know if I have a tendency to be wrong more than... I can't even say it. There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Alright. Save. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance, and only one.
What the judge is saying, Wright, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
You may now present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
I don't know what this is meant to be. I'll do this first.
Alright, no, options, load. That's the wrong thing. Okay.
What else do we present here? Do we present this? Nope, we don't. Alright.
Nope, alright. Shit, we dead again. Ugh. Yeah, on guard's guilty.
We have to figure out this one piece of evidence.
Alright, I'll save here just so I don't have to go through all of that.
The important evidence. What about this?
Nope, alright.
Wasn't the guitar case. This is gonna... Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to go through everything, aren't we?
Alright, my next choice. The wine glass? Oh, this is a wine glass, is it not? Yes, it is this one.
I'm also here too. Thank you, Charizard. Thank you. Thank you. I will definitely come to you. I like trying things a few times first, though, before asking for advice, if that makes sense. Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken, his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over, along with everything else, is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you all have to say?
Oh, well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it?
I thought it was. You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth?
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion.
You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible. Mr. Wright?
Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking?
Ah, shit. Is it possible, or is there no way?
I'm just your lifeline? Thank you. I'm glad I have a lifeline. Good luck us in this case. I'm gonna head off to bed somewhat early tonight. Had a stressful week, but nothing like good sleep will help. Very true, Coffee. I had a stressful week last week as well, and sleep is definitely what one needs after a stressful week. So, good night, Coffee. Thank you so much for the gift sub, and I hope you have a really good sleep, and I hope this week is a lot better for you than last week, because stressful weeks suck. So I hope you don't have another one. Could she have really set that back without thinking? It's possible? It's possible that is what happened. There's nothing that points to Miss Andrews not being the one who set the cup down. And if I raise an objection here, that would only make the judge slam his gavel down. You can't think like that, Phoenix. Mia, right now you're hanging on by a very thin thread. Anything else you can grab onto right now is better than nothing. So in other words, push as far as we can go. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head on... You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
What?
You're not thinking hard enough today, Wright. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Then... Of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one? Well, whose were they?
They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were one of Adrian Andrews.
What?
That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? Ugh, I can't believe I fell into another trap! Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corridor. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
What you just said makes a lot of sense.
Now do you see, Mr. Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover.
Wait a second. Mr. Edgeworth, I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
Oh my god!
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
I can't believe this, it's fucking old bag. Also, I'm surprised I didn't have the opportunity to rebut him there, because if you look at the court record, we could use this as proof. The fact that it's filled with tomato juice. And where's the tomato juice? At Juan Corridor's murder scene. I feel like that should have been something that was pointed out, you know? But like, I guess not.
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Oh my goodness, it's the space gun.
Ugh.
Heh! Gotcha! I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier. Oh, Edgy boy! It's been what? A year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but Who knew that under that helmet, it was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand?
Money redeemed posture check. Alrighty, don't mind if I do. I am checking my posture. Thank you, money, and welcome to stream.
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Ms. Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
Space gun. Oof! Shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, madame.
No, please, by all means interrupt her. Please! Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Ms. Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida.
But those two were the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo.
Oh God, don't call him that. That's disgusting.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard. Man on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. On Guard came out of the victim's room.
See? It has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination time.
Let's hope we don't get shot by that gun.
Let's press everything first. Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night? The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show. But I refused to help her have, you know. It was for that lead-headed samurai's show. Heh, I even took out a few of the nails.
Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on.
Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little.
And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door?
Be right back. Gonna eat. Have a good meal, Con.
Something you were interested in? And just what was that?
It's not some little thing that I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. I'm Edgy Poo, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in?
I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip?
But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later. It looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Oh, then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Corrida's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things for people who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report.
In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room. He was...
Yes? He was?
I'm too too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francisca's whip right about now.
Well, I guess I can tell you, since he was such a bad boy anyway.
You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
Yes, say.
Really? Annoying brat, when I say I saw someone, I saw that person! Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Alright, let's check these clothes. So I feel like this is going to be what we're doing. The person's clothes. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are. Really is, if something like that matters. But it does. Now, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing. That racing jacket. Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Humph. Men. Right. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? I think it was important. I'm not sure how I'm gonna present evidence to make this work, but I see the importance in it. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. I don't see where you're going with this, but alright, witness please. Ah, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He was wearing his flashing racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show. Alright. I have two things I can possibly present here. We have the button, and we have the photo of the nickel samurai. Because if he left Juan Corrida's room just dressed normally, why did the button end up in his costume? Yes! Miss Oldbag. What? Don't say my name for no reason! Do you know what this is? Ah, it's button number 2 on the Jammin' Ninja's costume! Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this! Oh no. A space gun. Wow, she really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during a full body search. See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal On Guard. It was caught up in the pleats of his Nickel Samurai Hakama pants. See? See? And On Guard is the Nickel Samurai. Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt On Guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe... Oh, okay. She's just gonna go off for a little bit. Wow. Ending in the gun. Now hold your tongue still there for a second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the Nickel Samurai? When you think about it. They're really one and the same anyway. Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy poo, don't you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. All right, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. More testimony. On guard, on guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Young'uns today, I told you there is no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so, and what I say is the truth. At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Oh, here we go. Would you please get on with your testimony? What's your language, young man? What sort of tone is that to take with an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs. What? A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's the Nickel Samurai. She's actually singing. Someone help my poor ears. Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll be good and stick to just the facts. Okay! You promise, right? Right. I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date. What the fuck? Okay! Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, old chum. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not too long ago? Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I, wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court. So what? See? And look at where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? All that matters is that man was inside that costume. Is that enough? No, it's not enough. Achievement unlocked. Why did I get an achievement for that? But okay, go off. Thank you, Steam. And why would that be? That way, no one can see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more. You are such an annoying child, you know that? You disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume. Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing. And that included the Jammer Ninja? Of course it included him. That's why when On Guard came out of dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought. I see. Well, anyway. Hello, Ellie! How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai? As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Can I throw in the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one.
Huh? There's a contradiction in her testimony and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us. Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. What contradiction? What about this? Let me save here. Pretty good. How's stream going? Stream's going alright. Stream is going pretty good. For some reason, my chat boxes don't want to work. So that's always been fun. I'll test it again just to make sure. Yeah, my chat boxes aren't working for some reason. But that's whatever. Maybe if I did that? Maybe that'll do it? No, alright, yeah. Chat boxes aren't working, but that's fine. I'll just remake them at some point. But no, stream is going alright otherwise. We are currently, cross-examining Old Bag. Fucking so annoying, both voice-wise and everything else-wise. No, this is the confess something after the post-ceremony stage show, so that's not the piece of evidence. He must have worn that nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. I don't know what to present here. Ooh! Okay. Okay, there's two possible things I can present here, so let's start with this one. This is the right one. Fuck yeah. Please take a look at this. Oh yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask, it's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I am driving at. What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving? If Mr. On Guard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on the knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. So fucking true. Oh, that's right! The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? So gloves do exist in this universe! I'm a genius! He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There is no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory? I'll think about it one more time. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory?
Glove rights, exactly.
I can see a contradiction with this theory, but I don't know if it'll work. So I'll try and say there's a contradiction. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. On Guard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. That's it, alright. Oh, what do we present here? I know how we present this, but I don't know what to present. So I'm guessing it's this. This knife. This was used by Mr. On Guard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corridor. Okay, this is exactly what I was thinking. Thank goodness. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. Very true. Let's go, Phoenix. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be gloves mark. Fuck, what? There should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
Order? Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
To frame Matt On Guard. It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course.
To frame?
Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Ugh. Witness! Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, aren't you, Pooh? Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure.
She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security. I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corridor. Am I correct, witness? The way you think. You are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corridor. Maybe... Phoenix. Maybe the Oldbag was waiting around for that person. If it's who I think Mia is hinting at, it's certainly possible. What person? Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? You were waiting for Adrian Andrews.
I think. That's my guess. Okay, fingerprints make sense, but what the fuck are glove marks? I could not tell you what glove marks are, Ellie. I can't speak. Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager.
Why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, this is... I see.
The judge seems to be really into the article.
if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Adrian Andrews. Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness? What in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want to do this, however I simply cannot let this point slide.
I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information. I'm trying to stake, but I can't make it. Have a wonderful day. Oh! Sorry, I didn't mean to click that. Old bag's shooting me. Good night, Tonka. Have a good day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, and I hope you sleep very well. And posture check, thank you. I will check my posture. All done. Posture has been checked. Get ready! This is going to take the wind out of you, young'uns. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old. Secret information. Let me have a drink. That on guard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court. What? Nobody's above gossip? And isn't there a saying? The truth is never pleasant. Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We've looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful, the old bag seems rather excited right now.
That's right, on guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Well, as the old saying goes, you've got to burn old bags with fire.
Okay.
Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. What a fucking metaphor, my guy.
You can't say something like that without proof. That's just slander. But it's true. The woman was getting intimate with this poor Juan. Look, it says so right here, doesn't it? Managed to the stars, Miss AA. But the name of the magazine this came from is Gossip Land. What? Are you saying that gossip is all just a pack of lies? Humph, what do you know? I suppose next you'll swear to me that the news is 100% truth. Honestly, Sonny, you can't discriminate between the news and gossip. Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright. Judge? Are you really... Okay. Alright. Con back? Hello, Con. Welcome back. Discriminate? When did I do anything like that? Anyway, on guard will never get me to say touche. A scandal? What do you mean by that? You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school these days? No, I wasn't asking what the word scandal means, even I know that much. Well, that on guard thought he could own a monopoly on popularity. You don't have any proof that Mr. On Guard did any such thing. You must be suffering from shock, the shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right. You're right, I can't do anything, but boy do I wish I could do something about you. Alright then, Sonny, show me what you've got.
Can you show me proof that On Guard didn't bear any ill will towards Juan? Ooh. I don't think we have any evidence. Judge is based? Is he? Phoenix has to present Adrian's card to counter the she's straight claims. Adrian's do not interact includes straight people. I feel like this is the spot. I'm gonna decline it for now. But I don't have anything to offer. See? Just as I thought. And you were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You've just given me a free pass to say whatever I want, whenever I want, silly boy. Me and my big mouth. That's the way the cookie crumbles. For you, anyway. So what do you mean by I took action? Like I already told you, I was lying in wait close to the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a good lesson. Something you young'uns need. You were going to teach her a good lesson? I was going to make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun. Like this. No, stop! Well, it was too bad that woman didn't come through the door that night. Judge saying discrimination is bad is the he's a little confused but he's got the spirit meme. Very true. Very, very true. Wait! What? Oh, busy woman? Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret! Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? Ooh. Oh! I think we've got evidence we can put here. I think we can present evidence. So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Ms. Oldbag? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that! Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Lotta's camera. I'm guessing. This is a big guess, but... The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous... impressions about the relationship between the victim and Ms. Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, I said impressions. Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it! That's the note! Ah! No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note? I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why. That's infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil On Guard. She said so herself. On Guard! I'm his psychic. Sidekick. Why'd I say psychic? Whoops. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Holy shit! Edgeworth disappeared for like a year and came back with like 3 times the sass. He took that time off, faking his death to perfect his comebacks. That's what he did this for.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? Oh, hello? Just pretty average. Thank you so much for the follow. Why does my Stream Elements alert only work some of the time? I'm very confused, but like, okay. Don't know why, but hey. Why did this line become famous, but not the "you're the entire circus" line did? I don't know. Because there's too many lines to choose from. Unfortunately, you can only really promote one in the end. Should I forgive her? Or pile on more pressure? I have to pile on more pressure, come on. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct? Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? Miss Oldbag, I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. It has to be the camera, right? Yeah. Miss Oldbag, that note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me." Why, witness! What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it is only logical that you also have the camera. Grr. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? Ah, that's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know? I still eat meals like you, I fall in love, and borrow things from people. I think your definition of borrow is a little off. I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said, Slimebag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things. Oh my goodness. Bailiff? Check this camera's photos. Hurry! You must examine them at once. Oh, fucking hell, here we go. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai. See, I told you. That's the guy I saw. This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. What does all this mean, Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Ongard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is... the defendant. Oh, Jesus Christ. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? I'm gonna save there, because I feel like there's an option here. The camera looks AI generated, like on a neural net that only has a vague idea of what a camera looks like. You are actually you are so right. It looks like a really weird camera. If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's... Ooh. There has to be something strange with it, right? There's something strange with it. There's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, right?
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster.
Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, please look at the photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts?
Now then, let's hear your objection.
What about this photo is strange? Fuck, we have to take a picture of it. I think I have a feeling, but I'm not sure. They wouldn't make double down on bluffing the answer 3 times in a row, right?
It's Phoenix Wright. I think they would.
What about this photo is strange? There's only one thing I can possibly think of here. The strange thing is somewhere around here, I think. Somewhere? Alright, no, it's not that.
It's not that.
Alright, let's check more decisive evidence. Alright. Map of the Gatewater Hotel. Okay. So that swings shut like that, and that swings shut like that. And those swing shut like that. And then let's check this. That should be okay. Alright. Let's see if I can say no here. Like, what if I say there's nothing? There's nothing strange with this photo. I have done nothing to alter this picture either, in case you're wondering, right?
I see, and it seems the defense will rest on this matter. In that case, there is no reason to further prolong this trial. Okay.
Wait, no, sometimes there's usually... Is this really alright with you, Phoenix? Well, there's nothing wrong with this photo that I can put... Alright. Alright, yeah.
There is something wrong with the photo.
Does it have anything to do with the buttons? I know there's one in evidence, but I don't know what the deal with it is. The button in evidence is the victim's button. There's something strange with it. So there is something strange with it, and we have to figure out what it is. Alright. What about this photo is strange? Oh, fuck. not it, then what is it? There's something strange with it. What is strange about this photo? You think? Nope, alright. Fuck! Yeah, guilty. What's the... I don't know what the problem with the photo is then. Okay, let's observe this photo. Okay. We have any details. We have this on top. We have waves on the Hakama. Alright, let's see what else we can do. I missed some of it. Maybe there's supposed to be blood on it? Blood on what? Blood on the Hakama? Do you mean? Maybe. I don't know. There. There. It's this person here, of course. The costume because he killed a person. But I don't know. So there is a problem with the person himself. But what problem? You mean the Nickelback samurai? Did I just say the Nickelback samurai? Whoops. Well, that was a slip of the tongue. Look at this photograph. You're so right. Whoops. Oh my goodness, somebody clip that. That was, oh my goodness, the Freudian slip. Oh, I'm crying. I'm actually crying. That was too much. The Nickelback samurai. Okay. You mean the Nickel samurai? And what is wrong with that? At the time of the murder, Mr. On Guard was in his own room. Which means this Nickel samurai is a oh. If you think that's all it takes, you should reconsider your choice of occupation. Ugh. I think it's about time you retired. Bro, I'm 24, I'm not retiring! Looks like there was no problem with this photo at all. The problem was with the brain of the lawyer, Your Honor. Wait, you are the one who let your last one fly away from you. Wait, that was wrong?! Huh? Wait. That's not the right answer? Why does Edgeworth keep going for the throat? He's back to firing kill shots. He is. What the fuck did I do wrong? So it's not him? So what's the problem with the photo?
There is a problem with the photo, right?
What about this photo is strange?
So apparently it's not him.
And it's not where he's coming out of, because I've clicked the door a couple of times. And it's not the presence. Is it... here? No. I'm very confused. So there is something strange with it. What about this photo is strange? What about if we choose a different spot on the person? Alright, nope, that's the wrong one. Then what the What is this then? So it's not any point on the person. And it's not the door and it's not the presence. So what about this photo is strange? I don't know. Maybe it's like the hallway, like he's leaving the wrong door and it's a vague photo. That's what I was trying to point out by pointing at the door. Because of the way it was swinging, I thought it may have been the wrong door in the hallway. But I've clicked 2 places on the door, like the handle and the name tag, and neither of them worked. So I'm guessing it's not those, because I've tried those. I want to know what this black thing is, though. I'm gonna see this. That's not it, alright. It's not the weird black corner. I think the other guy's room had bears in front of it. See, I tried that. I've also clicked the bear. I've also clicked the bear. There's... I've clicked every place in this that is of note. Except for apparently... what's strange... except for what is strange about it, apparently. What about down here? I don't know. Let's click a corner. Yeah, it's not here. Maybe the hallway door? I thought I clicked that already, but I'll try that as well. I thought I clicked the door. Let's try it again. Oh my goodness. I probably could save closer to the question, but I don't know if that's gonna trap me into a loss. Is it the door? No, it's not the door. No. It's not the hallway door. It's not the door the samurai's coming out of. And it's not the person. And it's not the presence. So, like, where is it? I'm gonna click this bear again and see. No, it's this again. Alright. Charizard! Charizard, I choose you! What the fuck do I click here? If you're here... Actually, no, I'll ask. First of all, is there something strange with this? With the photo? His feet? That crossed my mind like once, and then I decided not to go with it. Why? Oh, of course! It's his feet.
because he's tall enough for his... Oh, it had to be someone shorter. Oh my goodness, this is stupidly genius. Thank you, Charizard. I give you all the Pokemon food possible. I took a clip and now I don't know where to go to find it. It should be in... It should be in, like, my clips, I think. Like, if you go to my channel, there's like a part of it that says clips. Like, go to that one. Of course. It's the feet.
Take that!
I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does that mean? The costumed person in this photo could not have been Mr. On Guard. Let's fucking go! What is the meaning of this? I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the Hakama. His socks. You can see his socks. Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his Hakama up just to walk. There is only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all? Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not mad on guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I figured it would come to this. What? Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that this person inside this costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. Is it? Is it simple? What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah. Why is he so calm? Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph? My guess would be Adrian Andrews?
Take that!
Adrian Andrews? If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. On Guard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. On Guard that night. And how does that all add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. On Guard's fingerprints all over it. The knife that was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, Wright? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Mr. Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corridor. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order! Order! It looks like this trial has hit a with unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day? Oh!
If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court.
Fuck. Do I save here? Had to restart the app, but I found the clip. Apparently it also saved the second one I did by accident that I did not publish, so I don't know why that happened. Yeah, they like to save and publish clips once you've even just like pressed clip and not... Oh, Jesus Christ, I always forget it does that. And not once you've published it. Like, if you've clipped something, the clip stays, even if it's by accident. It's, yeah, it's something I've seen happen quite a bit. Alright. Let's wait and see. I have to do something. The trial must go on. But I don't have anything left. No evidence, no nothing. Now then, court will adjourn to... There we go! I knew that was gonna be...
I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But... we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave...
Oh, fuck.
Even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What? I don't know what he said. Whoops. What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness. Oh,
Everything was planned out in advance by that man?
Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over.
Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Oh, Jesus Christ! To be continued. Save your progress? Yeah, let's save my progress. Alright. Oh, fuck. No, can I... Options, please? Thank you. Title screen. Alright. This has been a pretty short stream. This has been only like a 2-hour stream. But I am getting a little tired, and also I feel like the last trial is going to take a lot longer than this one. And if this one took 2 hours, then the next one's gonna be a monster. Is what I'm thinking. Oh, it is? It is? I thought so. And then also we have to solve the whole thing about Maya being kidnapped. So I think this, it's a long case. Really? The trial, the last trial is gonna be super long. Alright, that's gonna be grueling. But I think, because of that, we should end it here. Let's go to the ending stream. I wanted to say thank you, everyone, so much for coming to the stream today. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the follows, and the talking, and the just everything. Subs. Did I say subs? My brain's a little bit weird, can you tell? But no, thank you everyone so much for coming to stream and just hanging around, and the follows and the subs and the gift subs, and also being so supportive and coming back even though I had my little week-long hiatus because I just had a really stressful work week last week and I couldn't stream at the same time. But thank you everyone. I think I know who we're going to be raiding. Let's raid. Wait, let's see if they're live at least. Still. I hope they're still live. I think they're still live. Yes, they are. Alright. Yes, the raid has been created. Alright, so next week we will be back for some more Mystery Mondays. We will hopefully finish this case, but seeing as it is a monster, as G. Charizard said it is, we may actually have to split it up into even more than 2. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. On Thursday, I'm thinking most likely I will be streaming Apex because the new competitive season will come out and there'll be a new character, and I think it'll be really fun to do that. But it was fun. I'm glad it was fun. But please give Panda a lot of love. They're streaming, I think, the first game. I'm not 100%. It's either the first game or they've just started the second game. And with their friend or partner. They're doing like a partner stream. But yeah, next stream we'll be playing Apex, and then the stream after that will be more Mystery Mondays. But thank you so much. Feel free to join my Discord if you haven't already. That will be for anyone to just chat and talk. Con likes to send animals every now and then. And also feel free to follow me on different social media to just keep up with me on other platforms. Alright. Thank you so much, everybody, and I will see you all next stream. Bye-bye!